Time and time again, we come to the Talladega Super Speedway and expect no less than greatness. Hello everyone and welcome back to NASCAR Miscraft Cup Series Racing, race number 8 out of 10 for season number 6. And last time out we were in Darlington Raceway, and we continue that East Coast run to the end for the season, starting here in Talladega, and we go to Atlanta and Bristol to end out this season. And last time out, it was William Byron taking home the checkered flag in the throwback race at the Darlington Raceway. But here we are at a track nearly 3 times as long at 2.66 miles in length. Here in Lincoln, Alabama, it's the Talladega Super Speedway, home to some of the greatest NASCAR Miscraft Cup Series races to ever be ran. And last season, it was David Reagan taking home the checkered flag. The one before that, well, one of the most iconic crashes in Miscraft Cup Series history, with Logano flying into the catch fencing and Jimmy Johnson taking home the checkered flag. And let's see if we'll have anything as spectacular as that here today at the Talladega Super Speedway. Clinton Boyer is on pole, but we got to take a look back at the last race out at Darlington. Was a last lap pass to decide the win. Will we see more of that here today in Talladega? Only time can tell, as William Byron sure knows how to get it done, and he did it in Darlington just a few weeks ago. And his teammate Jimmy Johnson, his final race here at this 2.66 mile racetrack. He's going to try to get himself one last win at this venue before he heads out. It'll be a 4th place starting position in row number 2 for the 48 of Jimmy Johnson here today in Talladega. Kevin Harvick is starting in the back alongside of another large contender in the races with Kyle Busch. He'll be starting in the back and hopefully keeping out of all the big crashes possibly coming from the big pack in this race. And potentially, we could see a lot of crashes, such as the big one, or will we get something as calm as what we possibly could see here today? And of course, Ryan Newman is in the 6th car. He's going to try to get himself a solid run here today, sitting just inside the top 20 in points. And we'll see if he'll be able to keep himself clean and into the end of the race and not flip like he did last season. Well, with that said, let's go and get your starting lineup here today at Talladega. Row number 1 is going to be Clint Boyer and Martin Truex Jr. And then you have the 22 of Joey Logano and the 48 of Jimmy Johnson. Behind them is Ty Dillon and Tyler Reddick. And then you have Kurt Busch and Chase Elliott. And then you have William Byron and Eric Almirola. They will round out your top 10. And it's a 29-car field here today to take on this track for 12 laps here at the Talladega Super Speedway. It's going to be a very fantastic race, I can assure you that. And it's just about that time to get these guys rolling off and heading down onto the racetrack here today. It's going to be a very slick racetrack, very warm here in Talladega, you know, to be expected with Alabama weather. But these guys are about ready to do battle. Like I said, 12 laps, winding down the season. Who will be able to come out on top here today in Talladega? And here we go, coming down to the green flag. Clint Boyer, Martin Truex Jr. lead us down. Green flag in the air, and there's a good jump on that inside lane with the Clint Boyer machine and Joey Logano behind him. And on the backstretch, it's already 2-car single file. And it's Ty Dillon and Martin Truex Jr. now side by side for 3rd. And they're going to try to get a good run here, heading into turn number 3 to battle back on the front 2 cars. Here they come on the front stretch. Clint Boyer with a car length lead, but here comes Truex with a fighting run on the outside lane. Here he comes to the line. It looks like Truex is going to lead lap number 1 with a good shove from the 48 of Jimmy Johnson. The 14 tries to go up inside, draft the 19, a little bit of contact. Sideways on the 19, 3 wide to the lead now. Logano to the bottom, and he's going to take it away from Clint Boyer with help from Ty Dillon. Onto the front stretch now, Clint Boyer going to try to rally back on the outside lane with Jimmy Johnson as Martin Truex Jr. continues to fall back. The anchor's been deployed for him. Here comes Clint Boyer. Now here comes Jimmy Johnson on the outside. He's got Chase Elliott to help him, and they rally up on the top side of the racetrack now to try to take that back the lead from Joey Logano. And here's Kevin Harvick trying to hold on to that position at the back of the field, stay out of all the trouble he can. And here goes Johnson on the outside. Joey Logano tries to block. Here comes the 48, 3 wide through the middle. Chase Elliott to follow, 3 wide. I mean, it's a hornet's nest back in the middle of the field as the 48 and the 9 cars, they escape onto the back straightaway. And everyone trying to chase them down now as they head back to turn number 3. Side-by-side battle is for 3rd with Boyer and Dillon. Oh, trouble backstretch. Hard to the inside wall goes Kevin Harvick. That front end of that race car is demolished, and the first caution is out here in Talladega. Your points leader coming into this race out already. Started in the back, was trying to stay out of trouble. Guess what? He was the trouble to start out this race. Hard impact to the inside wall for the 4 of Kevin Harvick. A very tough second half of the season thus far. Was really rocketing forward in the early stages of the season. You see he just gets turned right there off the front end of the number 12 car. Looks like it was another incident of other cars getting loose off turn number 2. And we saw that with Martin Truex Jr. and a couple other guys as well earlier in this race. You see right there, just snaps around on him with a little bit of help, possibly from Ryan Blaney, but tough luck to the inside wall he went. So Kevin Harvick will be the first DNF of our race here today in Talladega, and he came in the points leader. Definitely will not be leaving in the same position, but we'll see who we would come out on top after this one. And Jimmie Johnson will be the leader with his teammate Chase Elliott on the front row. Here we come, back on lap number 7, green flag back in the air. Johnson already clear of his teammate Chase Elliott. He will hop up in front of him as they come out of the back straightaway. And Kurt Busch now follows in line behind them. Is Ty Dillon now because they fall backwards. Here comes Joey onto the inside, 3 wide. They go for the position. Byron is to follow, and here they come back into turn number 3 and 4. With the 22 going to try to challenge the lead once again. They're going to go up and try to side draft that outside lane. Right now, they are the more organized lane. Coming across the lane, here comes Byron, 3 wide on Logano and Busch. Then he's going to try to take that position away, and he will. And the field comes off of turn number 2. A little bit of contact with the 1 of the 22 cars. A near incident there as well. And here comes Hendrick Motorsports in the inside lane. Top 3 at the moment. And off of turn number 4, here's Kurt Busch going to try to get a really nice run with the 14 of Clint Boyer to help him. As they come back across the line, Jimmie Johnson now leads. The battle is now for second with Kurt Busch and Chase Elliott. Here they come onto the backstretch. They're going to go a little sideways. Elliott's on his door. The big one happens at the backstretch. And a humongous crash takes out at least half the field. And everyone crashing and colliding on the backstretch. And the caution, the red flag actually is out as the field stops in the front stretch. Jimmie Johnson, William Byron Reddick, they all avoid. But once again, the trouble spot of turn number 2 leads to wrecked cars on the backstretch here at Talladega. And Chase Elliott, the one that took the hardest of the hits, off the front end of the number 1 of Kurt Busch. Let's see what happened here. As they came onto the Alabama Gang Super Stretch, you saw the L1 car get sideways there at the front of the 14. A humongous hit for the 9 of Elliott. You saw right there how he got up on his side, then got hit by Clint Boyer, back up, put the back end of the car up in the air. See right here, boom, from Boyer into the wall, and a huge crash on the backstretch, leading to at least more than half the field involved in a wreck. Let's see how it happened once again. Looks like that, once again, the outside lane is just really tough to drive on this hot, slick racetrack at the moment. And everyone trying to survive here in Talladega, and tough luck for quite a few of them, as a matter of fact. The Dillon brothers were involved. A lot of good race cars at the front of this field that were really competitive early on are out of this race in the middle. And tough luck for these guys, especially Chase Elliott, who was running second at the time of the crash. And he is out early as well. We will have a 2-lap to go restart here in Talladega. Jimmie Johnson on the top side with 11 drivers behind him. And those are the guys that remain in this race. Back to the green flag they come. A great restart for the 48 of Jimmie Johnson. He's going to now try to get in front of his teammate William Byron. He's going to do just that. On the backstretch, they come up and walk the 11 and Denny Hamlin. Hamlin comes to the inside, side by side. Here comes LaJoy, 3 wide to the outside. Jimmie Johnson tries to block. Here comes LaJoy back to the middle. Here they come off turn 4. Oh, they're going to spin. Reddick goes around off the front end of the 17 of Buescher. And the caution is back out for the 3rd time here in Talladega. And Tyler Reddick keeps the car straight and limps it back onto pit road. Let's see what happened here. The 48 blocked the 32, and looks like the 8 car washed up off turn number 4, and then got hooked by the 17 of Chris Buescher. Let's see it once more here as they came off the corner. I don't think the battle for the lead had anything to do with it, no. Looks like the 8 car just got washed up there coming off of turn number 4, and then when he tried to come back down in front of the 17, he got turned, and he had a very innocent spin through the grass. But now we go to overtime once again this season. 2 extra laps on the race. And this time, Corey LaJoy is the leader. And he will lead us back to the green flag. And here we come. 2 laps to go. Will we make it back? This time, green flag back on the air. Johnson does not get to reach down from the outside lane. Already 3 wide in the back. As now the top 3 cars are single filing. Eric Jones took them all 3 wide with Keselowski to help. Back down to turn number 3. It's LaJoy, Hamlin, and Byron. Then they're side by side. Buescher and Jones for 4th. Here they come onto the front stretch now. Come to the white flag. Buescher and Keselowski in the middle. They're going to try to make a charge for the win. Here they come. White flag in Talladega. Corey LaJoy in the 32 leads. Side by side battle for second. It's Hamlin and Buescher. Here they come onto the backstretch. Buescher now with help from Keselowski. They're going to come on the back end of the 32. Buescher to the inside. Contact with a 2 car. Here comes Hamlin and Buescher now. They're going to tandem draft. They turns 3 and 4. Off turn number 4. Here they come. Here comes Hamlin to the outside. Side by side. Buescher runs him up the racetrack. Who's going to get to the line first? Looks like Denny Hamlin's going to win as they crash behind him. 1 car on his roof, and it's Kyle Busch. And he skids across the line. Looks like 12th place for him. And Kyle Busch up and over, coming to the checkered flag as his teammate Denny Hamlin scores the win. Let's see how he got it here. On the backstretch, Corey LaJoy tried to make an hefty block on the 17 of Chris Buescher. It looked like the 2 was going to try to help him, but then they got all squirrely there, nearly 4 wide for a moment. And the 11 got hooked up on the back end of the 17 car, pushed him towards the front, and now then after out of turn number 4, he took it to the outside lane, and he got to the checkered flag first. But in the background, you can see Kyle Busch up in the air. Let's see how this one happened. He was on the top side of 3 wide, coming to the checkered flag. Oh, man. I can't even tell. It looked like he was possibly trying to get in line ahead of the 48 car to make a pass on the 32 of LaJoie. Very hard to tell from this angle. Looks like, yeah, he was most likely trying to get in line behind the 32, and he got down in front of the 48, got turned, and then once he hit Stenhouse, that got him up in the air and flipping all over the pack. Let's see, one last time here, coming across the nose of the 48, up in the air, landed on his roof right against the outside wall. The car pirouetted on his roof, and then came to a rest on his wheels right at the start-finish line. Well, Kyle Busch will finish 12th in this race, but his teammate Denny Hamlin wins here in Talladega. And what a finish for him. He was able to get it done on a last lap pass on the 17 of Chris Buescher. He and Keselowski had such a run on the backstretch, came up oh so close. And same for the 48 of Jimmy Johnson, who was dominant throughout the race here today. He comes home in a few positions farther back than he would have hoped. Here are your results from today's race. Only 12 guys made it to the end of the event without crashing, except, well, I guess 11 with Kyle Busch flipping coming to the checkered flag. But as you can see, the first DNF of the race, scored DNF, was the 9 of Chase Elliott, and Kevin Harvick, of course, all the way down at the bottom of the scoring pylon there. Tough luck for him as he came in the points later. And speaking of the points, here is a look at it. With 2 races left to go here after Talladega, Denny Hamlin takes over the points lead. He's been at the top of the points for a lot of the seasons here. Miscraft Cup Series coming to the end. But right behind him is Alex Bowman, Kevin Harvick, William Byron, Tyler Reddick, all in reach. Same for Chase Elliott as well. Martin Truex Jr. and Logano and those guys are a little bit farther fetched to try to get themselves a championship here this season. The next race will be coming from the Atlanta Motor Speedway, the 2nd season in a row. And we'll see what drivers can do there to try to get themselves a win, possibly get themselves in the position to win a championship come Bristol. And thank you everyone for watching here today and from Talladega. Hopefully you guys all did enjoy. And congratulations once again to Denny Hamlin for taking home the victory. And we will see you all in Atlanta, Georgia.